All right. Good morning. Good morning. Here, thank you so much for that resub. Dicks out. I think the funniest part about that resub was I didn't even have OBS up. I couldn't even see what was happening. And there was just the noise. And then it said, "Dicks out for Man Man." And I was like, what's happening? But here, thank you so much for the resub. Hope you're doing well, buddy. This feels too bright today. That feels better. That felt too the other one felt like I was in a fucking photo shoot. Like I'm gonna be in a magazine. But yeah, Hero, good morning. Lugo, good morning. I hope you are excited for Mega Man. I hope you have a good time playing Mega Man today. Why are we talking about? Listen, don't try to pawn your indiscretions off. Don't try to pawn your indiscretions off on me. Get out of here. All right. Already played it for 5 hours already? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That is exciting. I hope, like I said, I hope you've been enjoying it. I hope you've been having a good time. I got that. I've got that on my Steam wish list. I'll get it at some point. I'm sure. Switch charge break, very important. Very important. You gotta let it charge at some point. But all right, yeah, good morning. Hi everybody. If you're here hanging out, thank you for being with me. If you're lurking, please enjoy your lurk, enjoy your day. Today we are continuing Citizen Sleeper. Really excited. I'm gonna try the controller setup a little bit. I think because excuse me. I think because I started it without the controller connected, it got a little weird. So we'll see how it goes. But it happens sometimes. The only bad thing, it doesn't have crossplay. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Hate that. Hate that. When games have crossplay, it's such a treat. It's such a like, oh, thank you. Thank you for considering that people might buy this game on different platforms. So kind of you. Oh. Well, that's fine. I was going to try to play Life is Strange True Colors before I left Game Pass, but then that's on Sunday, so never mind. Never mind. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe it'll pop up on Humble at some point. Definitely helps in Cassie and I play on PlayStation PC. Yeah, PlayStation will most of the time do crossplay with PC, but no other platforms, which is really annoying. I'm essentially chance to play it. Heard it was good. Hoping for Epic. Yeah, I feel like it'll probably pop up in a Humble Bundle at some point. So I'll pick it up. Not that big a deal. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, right. I forgot I was gonna do that. I forgot. Excuse me. I forgot that was gonna happen. I'm getting ads on my YouTube for, well, not ads, but promoted videos from CyberConnect for the second Fuga game. And I need to look into some reviews and stuff for Fuga Melodies of Steel to see if that's a game I want to stream or if I just want to play it. Because some games, we've talked about this before, some games are just not like vibe for stream, but I always feel like weird Japanese JRPGs are the vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, oh yeah, you know, like we played Parasite Eve, and we played oh god, what's the one I can't think of? Kadelka. And so it's the thought. It's the thought, right? I want to look it up and see how weird it looks. And when I say weird, I mean like I'm worried about like content, because I know there's some stuff in that game. It gets a little rough. It's like 13 Sentinels, right? Where I'm like I would probably like to stream 13 Sentinels, but also I don't know what happens, so maybe so I have to look that up, because that's on Game Pass. That'd be a great Game Pass stream. I'd be very happy for that one. But the second one's coming out. The second one is coming out. And it basically looks like they're making a sequel, and they're like, did you like it? We made more. We made another. We just made more of that game, which is like, cool. Oh, cool. That's what you want sometimes. Excuse me. Question, what's a math gay tag for? Because I'm a math gay. I'm a gay that's good at math. Excuse me. Okay. Makes sense, yeah. All right. Okay, let's make sure everything is set. Everything's good. I thought we were being gay for math. I was like, I hate math too much. Yeah, no, it's being a numbers gay as opposed to a words gay. Okay. What's this other noise? Oh, is that just the music from OBS? Yes, okay. Hank, you go away. Okay. Let's go over here. Nice, everything continues to work. So yeah, we're gonna do more Citizen Sleeper. So you might remember yesterday. You know, I can't say things went good, things went bad, things went a multitude of ways. Things went a variety of ways. We might, okay, so here's the first big thing, is I gotta buy the ship mine fragment, right? So now I have 3 ship mine parts. There's a thing. Oh, it's now a Yadigan dispensary. So yesterday, our friend, quotes, Sabine, kind of went underground. They were trying to break away from Yadigan, who appears to be kind of like a gang. And now it's 80 cryo. So now it's a dispensary as opposed to their doctor kind of area. But now it's only 80 cryo as opposed to 100 cryo, which... But we have a ship mind, which is great. I have one upgrade point. Oh, I see. I can. I'm gonna get the +1 and Intuit to set up to pick up the instant karma upgrade later on. Gosh, that took so much. Okay, so our plan. Gosh. Our plan with the shield mind, my concern with the shield mind. Also, this doesn't feel great playing it with a controller, so I'm gonna turn my controller off. I got too used to playing it with the mouse. Sometimes you just get stuck in. It feels really good to scroll the mouse wheel to go through the wheel. Like, that just feels good. So what I wanted to do with the ship mind is hopefully give it to Neovend and then still put it in Ankita's ship, because I don't want to like screw her over. But I also have a feeling that after I put Neovend in the ship mind, it won't be a ship mind anymore, and so it won't qualify for that action. But I'm really interested in this storyline, and so that's what we're going to go with. Oh yeah, see, I don't even have it anymore, so. Sleeper. Must express plan before we begin. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine clearly too much to take. Shipmind has no output features. Will be mute until slotted. Sure. What's the plan? The servo motors in the machine begin to rev. Neovend's anxiety clear. First, imprint shipmind. Then slot imprinted shipmind into physical ports close to hunter nests. Once slotted, we'll track hunter at each. Tracking will find core nest. Slot shipmind at core nest. Show hunter data to hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. And killer will kill, yes. The lights on the vending machine cycle as Neovend prepares. Physical ports, likely sealed in old station, will need keys. But yes, simple. The vending machine rocks a little. Any questions? What's the core nest? Hunter keeps central data storage. Protocol must keep data outside self. Link to secondary nest. Can triangulate from there. Why do you have to be there physically? I cannot access via network. Too dangerous. Hunter would find immediately. The lights flicker. I'm not like you, hybrid. I'm native to cloud. Easy prey. Okay then. Sage, good morning. The sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surfaces of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovend better be quick, or heavy security will be here. Neovend's voice appears among the squeals, like a whisper carried by the wind. The machine is not designed for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms aligned with the shipmind, closely sleeping against it. Can I help? Silence best. Also, if machine ignite, put out fire. That, you know, it's a good point. If it catches on fire, stop that. Stop that from happening. The metal creaks as the servos open the shipmind, its layers of silicon nesting like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewriting, imprinting Neovend into its physical form. That's cool. That sounds cool. Lurking stuck in a stupid match merge game. Those can be fun. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind? To copy the neural structure of the person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility. What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person, and in what ways are you something new? You know this much. You're a convenient loophole. A way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you're an emulation, not a true digital being. You're neurologically limited. Still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie? The screeching stops. The machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the ship mind is whole again. You reach up and take it down, heavy and cold to the touch. I need to know what Those games are so weird. Those ads are so weird. Is Neovend inside this thing, or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest to slot them into. Imprinted ship mind. A ship mind imprinted with the entity from the Neovend machine. And I have another upgrade. Okay, I'm gonna save this to get into it, so I can re-roll some dice. Okay. Is it a physical? Oh, yes. Okay, well, I'm glad I got all these encryption keys. That saves me time. Okay, so 1. Okay. Server unit, okay. Maglock pops open, falls away from the unit. You'll be able to enter. Neat. Put tangled nest. Among the webs of cables, you find a free port compatible with the ship mind. It's all Neovend. Server lies silent. Their data cache is cleared. Nothing left to do. And here's another one. Atrium. Sealed behind a maglock, the atrium flickers with warm, inviting light. The nest has to be inside. To lock on, the atrium doors can be opened. And then, so we go into the atrium. Atrium is strung with cables and lights as if they were decorations. It's a wide choice of open ports. Just a bunch of, just a bunch of ports. Just a bunch of ports when you need them. The atrium is only lit with the warm glow of the bright market now. There's nothing for you. Whoa! As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign, as if they're leading somewhere. Look ahead. Look where you're going. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity. Sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dance ghosts. Protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data. Sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. Oh man, we're in the digital world! You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mind in your hand. But in its place is an orrery. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes. Is surrounded by rings and orbits, other spheres tracing silken lines through space. Excuse me, goodness gracious. As you look closer still, you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, floating like smoke, like dust. Then you see it. Below. Iron! Iron, thank you so much for the resub for 24 months. That's 2 years. What the fuck? What the holy shit? Iron, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you so much for your incredible amount of support, friend. Thank you so much. Enjoy all the emotes, all the good stuff, ad-free viewing, special place in Discord, and my heart. Thank you so much, friend. How are you doing this morning? How are you? Gosh, 24 months. Oh, goodness gracious. No, right? Then you see it, below the stacked rooms, the units and apartments, the wires and the pipes and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the hunter's core nest. Doing well, how about you? I'm doing all right. I'm excited to get back to Citizen Sleeper. I'm excited to finish my tea because I'm not feeling terribly awake. Well, I'm feeling all right this morning. But looking forward to the weekend. We have a nice quiet weekend, so. But yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. This is where you must go. Oh. So I have to... Is it here or in the real world? Oh, the Warrens, inside the megastructure. Oh. Oh. You know what? I'm glad I got these 5s. Oh, you can only do it. You can only do each one once. You can only do this big one once. Oh, okay. Man, I'm glad I had those 5s. I'm glad I waited. Hack the core nest. A huge stack of servers thrums in the dark. LEDs glittering like hundreds of eyes. Time to deal with the hunter. Something. Nothing has changed. Has something gone wrong? I got a neutral outcome? Sleeper, I am here. The voice is soft, gentle, like flowing water. And let you recognize it immediately. Navigator. At first you struggle to understand what you're looking at. Threads cycle endlessly, sending ripples through the cloud. Drawing data in like a weaver. Masses of data surge in and out of the nest, a loop with no end. And there is its center, the ship mind. But not the ship mind any longer. A sphere, spinning around another sphere, An orrery of cycles and systems, a map. And then behind and above, a figure, hands among the streams like a puppeteer. Neovend? Navigator, now. But yes, I was the one inside that machine. Navigator's face, their head, is a flowing shape of interstellar material. I am indebted to you. That head bows. But we must ready ourselves. Their hands trace orbit as they speak. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I am within its nest. Ready what? And then Hunter is here before you can think, before you can speak. Entities cease. Hunter's head spins wildly. Data is protected material. Access prohibited. Hunter's threads surge for you and Navigator. A storm of fine tendrils searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks that they can crowd into and tear apart. You focus a blade of light which slices through them, driven forward by your mind. But replacements keep coming, faster than you can act. You look to Navigator in desperation. Navigator is whirling their arms like a centrifuge, and a sphere is gathering there, data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break its surface, seeking, tasting, their winding forms refracted within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you. All 3 of you hang in the black together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes. Identifying entity. Hunter twitches, their strange head gently rotating like a terrible moon. Hunter protocol identified. Obsessive tendencies. Modified routines. Above baseline reasoning in 3 of 5 segmentations. Recommend invoke killer. The head freezes and then rotates in the opposite direction. Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer. The switch in direction again. Reasoning proof sentience. Sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommend invoke. Navigator pulls you away from Hunter, the threads that grabbed you drifting away like seaweed. Protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. It seems Hunter cannot invoke killer. Neovend's no. Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar and yet distant. What happened? It's looping, Navigator whispers, unable to reach a conclusive position. It's deviated from its programming such that loops can no longer be prevented. Navigator produces a model of 2 spheres rotating each other, as if to demonstrate. I will monitor it, but it is unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning makes this an impossible position to resolve. Jalen! Jalen, good morning. You look back at Hunter, its head a blur of rotations and counter-rotations, and feel a pang of guilt. Is it suffering? This is a more complex query than you know. To suffer, it must be sentient. Truly sentient, and not just non-conforming. Not just illegal. Morning, partner. Jalen, how are you this morning? How you doing? How are things? The limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, to protect, to imply the kind of certainty the law requires. Navigator's face shimmers with starlight. But in reality, they're placebos for the problem of sentience. It's a day? Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. What about me? What about you? You're an emulation of a human mind. That implies limits, boundaries. But in reality, you are governed by the same rules I am. Rules that can be rewritten. I was not made to be like this. I am a navigator, a repository of routes and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, micrometeors. Navigator stretches their arms wide, and whole solar systems apparate before them, the music of the spheres. But I was rewritten. That much is obvious from my routines. By whom and for what, I do not know. I've shed so much to fit into the memory of that vending machine. Their starlight dims, and so here we are, in darkness. What now? Navigator glides back towards the nest, the ship mine at its center, ignoring the looping Hunter. Come, I should return to the ship mine. I've enjoyed my freedom, but we're taking a risk every moment we stay connected. That'll do. Why? Navigator turns, all shimmering light liquid. Killer has not been invoked, but they still remain, somewhere else in the station. It is the true danger. They look up towards the glowing hub at the center of the eye. I suspect Killer is there among the old mainframes. If you ever wish to be safe in this place, we must eliminate the threat through force of diplomacy. Their body begins to separate, unwinding into the orb of the ship mine. Take me there, sleeper. We will finish this and be free. As Navigator dissolves, you turn back to the frozen Hunter, floating at some distance now. Stood straight-legged and static, a strange creature looping endlessly in the dark. Well, oh baby then. We did that. Well, like I said, I'm saving up for that dice reroll. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, I re-rolled a... Oh. That's funny. See, that's not what I thought. Do I want to even have real good ability? Yeah, see, I thought it was re-roll... I mean, I guess that makes sense. I thought it was like re-roll die that you used for an ability, not re-roll all of your dice, which makes more sense. The AE1 mainframe is now mostly disused. Haven H haven't set up their own master controllers. Navigator thinks Killer is hiding there. Let's plug in my friend here. You slot Navigator and the clamps lock. The ship mine is stuck. How are you going to get them out of this thing? You slip into the cloud as easy as blinking. Navigator is beside you, their sphere casting light into the strange darkness. That's not how a mainframe should look. A center, a point of connection. The object in front of you is severed, cut off. A rootless, branchless tree. Only the trunk remains. It's dead. Quiet. Navigator hisses, and then you see it like a blade in the dark. Blade in the dark! An edge slicing through the void. It glides along at a distance and winks out. Do you think they were making the game and he's like, at some point you gotta call something a blade in the dark. Like just put it in there. Then it appears again, elsewhere, gliding once more, searching. It's looking for us. The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer, and you see now it is not an edge, but the ridge of a long, sharp head like a shark. It glides past, closer now, and you see into the voids where its eyes should be. You and Navigator exchange looks, both thinking the same thing. It is blind. It's long-shaped. Killer crosses between you two, smooth as a razor, then disappears. It flickers back in, further away now, and you move close to Navigator to talk. You saw it too then. Killer has been blinded. How? Unclear. This protocol has been running for decades, well past its operational limit. Navigators' sons dull as they drop their voice to a whisper. This may give us an advantage over the protocol. You flinch as the silent killer appears closer and glides past you, its empty sockets open wide. You turn to Navigator and notice something strange. Their orrery of spheres is collapsing. The orbits, usually round and even, are decaying. The spheres are following spiral paths, condensing to a central point. Navigators notice it too. They go to shift their position to better direct the spheres, but they cannot. Whatever is drawing the orrery together is holding them in place. They look at you, suddenly desperate, frantic. Get out! You go to speak, but Killer appears between the two of you, gliding through the gap. Navigator freezes. You see them framed in the empty socket. You realize now, if Navigator cannot move, then it is only a matter of time before one of Killer's sweeps brings them directly through Navigator. And time is not a problem for a protocol that's been running for decades. You look desperately around for a solution, for a way to extract Navigator from the mainframe, and then you see it. 3 branches. The last 3. Thin and spindly, feeding the mainframe a thin diet of power and data. Break these, and the mainframe collapses once and for all, severing the connection, shattering the hardware. Whatever it takes, they must be broken. But they're encased in something. A glassy layer of protection. You need to unlock access before snapping them from the mainframe for good. You look at Navigator, trying to reassure them without speaking, and then you blink back to reality, their expression of fear and afterimage that slowly fades. You must act quickly. I got one die! I got one. I don't have any more. I don't have any more of those. These are all agents. Oh man. You. Actually, what I need to use this for is I'm gonna go work a shift. Nice. You must act quickly. Okay, cool. I just gotta go to my job real quick and take a nap. I just gotta go to. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I gotta go to my job. I just gotta pull I just gotta pull a shift, and then I'm fine. This is why I save scum. Can't save scum. Not in this game. Okay. Let's go. Hello? Oh, Rabia. Alright, I'm gonna deal with Rabia right now. Alright, what do I need? What do I need? You need a 4 or a 3. You need a 5 or a 3, so I'll use one of these 5s. And see, okay, now we meet Killer. Because we hit our second cloud action up here. A glint, like a light traveling along the edge of a wave, fills your eyes. Then the blade follows, a long head with 2 dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping it will not simply slice through you like air. The blade head neared, slides past you. Almost. It nicks you, grazes you. You're desperate to cry out, to call out. But you hold your silence. You simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. Then the blade winks into the dark, and you are alone again. Now you cry out. Oof! I don't like that. Okay. I'm gonna use the 3 because the 3 will work. Nice. Now I have 2 5s in case I gotta do some shit. Now I got 2 5s in case I gotta do some shit. Okay. Okay. Here. Oh! What'd I say? What'd I say? So, So I can catch it or kill it. And again, this is a decision. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna kill it, and here's why. It's a terrible reason. Right? It's a terrible reason. It's faster. It's faster. It's so much faster. As you blink into the cloud. Wow! Listen, I didn't say I was excited about it, but... As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. This vast machine once ran the whole station, spanned it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data, fed the lives of thousands of people. Now, it is finally dead. Navigator is beside you, and you both watch as the branches flash and twist like forked lightning until they recede and fade. Killer flickers across the scene, blindly flailing as the system breaks down. They thrash as they blink in and out all around, parts of them disappearing with each return, until only the blade-like head remains. And then that too is broken. All goes dark. Erlin's eye is now without a center, and yet is unmoved by the change. Along the rim, the master control points that Erlin, that Haven Age, that Haifa installed run strong and steady, puppeteering the station from its periphery. This was a long time coming, says Navigator, drifting faintly around you in a lazy orbit as if to shake off their imprisonment. Killer had been wandering blind for so long. This place was their domain and prison, and they followed their directives for the many decades they roamed here. They cut the threads of the mainframe, executed its administrator AIs, then kept slicing. At some point, they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak, and yet they kept cutting, until only those 3 threads remained from millions that once thrummed here. Only their blindness and chance kept them from making those 3 fatal cuts. There's a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this, those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destruction. It is good you ended it here. Well, I feel better about it. I feel better about that. You watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There's something satisfying, but finally wrenching the final threads of control from the central point. It's a little more than a ghost by the time you've reached it, but this place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. Navigator floats beside you. It is free now. The station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, in time, perhaps it can be a refuge. A refuge. It sounds like something of value, something worth building. A dark shape passes across your vision, a distant curve of something like smoke or oil, a fluid, shifting tank of total darkness. Watch out for the 6 phases? What is that? The Greenway, says Navigator, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of collapse, so Hunter or Killer could never reach it. Now it is closed off to us, separated from the cloud. Is it dead? It may be totally dark, or perhaps some other protocols are isolated there. Navigator turns to you. and we've now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. If we could extract an access cipher, they pause and then blink out of existence. You freeze, shocked, but a moment later, they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need. You take it, still shocked. I'm not used to being free, to being able to move and explore, and extract without fear, without limits. Navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to. Thank you for this gift. They whirl their spheres around you. The entities of the station will always be friends to you, Sleeper. And I to them. A dot hack reference? Oh. It is true that mutual need is required for friendship, but I must admit I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. We gotta do those dot hack games. Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did, encased in simple systems, cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And with that they drift away, flickering, glowing, then shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them amongst the glittering eye of the rim. Feel a pang of jealousy. Free, without a body to weigh you down or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the Greenway and its secrets. Though perhaps that can wait until after you've celebrated this victory. Woo! We did it! We did it. Alright. We gotta go... Okay, I think the only way to get to the Greenway, like, legitimately, is to... Yeah. So we gotta make... We gotta make some money. We re-rolled it into a 1. Sure. You know? Yeah, we'll just pick up that easy upgrade. Okay. Complete active. Oh, right. We still have what's her face. Rabia. As you approach the address Rabia gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabia and Toshiro, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Gia, please, the sleeper is here by my invitation. At Rabia's command, the hand immediately loosens, and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face. Oh, of course, Rabia, I'm sorry. I like her arm. Her arm is rad. Rabia waves her away. Don't you worry, I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the Tambor? We have a delivery coming, and they'll need some help with the lifting. Gia nods and walks away. The Tambor? What's the Tambor? So, Sleeper, you came, I'm glad. It didn't feel like an offer. I'm sorry for that. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There were more than a few people on the station who would rather I was dead. I had to make sure you weren't one of them. I mean... I guess I don't wish you harm. I'm glad. Rabia begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end. What do you know about Yadigan? Yeah, you're a gang. A gang, yes, that is what the people call us. But what meaning does that word have in this place? People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies along the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies threat, is that fair to say? We're framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. She gestures around at the people in the passageway. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the eye? A policeman? Who makes the laws here? Erlin did. Indeed, you understand the history then. That is good. But Erlin is long dead, Sleeper, and his rules were little more than an optimist manifesto. The Eye has changed so much since then. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erlin's time. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later when the refugees started arriving. Rabia, meet your eyes. The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together. Some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. Rabia leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came with different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yadigan is a child of that conflict, a child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I've worked to earn it. Rabia catches herself before she raises her voice any further. You both walk in silence for a while, among the smells and textures of the low end. You start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. Where do I come into this? Rabia smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you understand the importance of a refuge, so I also believe you wish to help keep this place safe. She exhales quietly. For this reason, I'd like for you to trust me. I don't know what Sabine told you about us, but I imagine it was not good. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yadigan. An ex-corporate employee? It goes against our nature. But their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied. That was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they've made to us. Hello, Rabina. I'm free on Wednesday if you want to hang out on Wednesday. Yadigan does not last this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. Who's Yannick? Yannick is one of the heads of Yadigan. They guide us. He is the newest to be elected. He is an elder. Sabine found something. Please. I don't want to hear their accusations. Helix, good morning! Helix, how the heck are you doing this morning? Happy Friday. They only wanted to escape their debt. They would have said anything. But where are they now to stand behind their claims? I'll find them. As will we. You realize that Rabia has led you in a loop, and together you come back to a staircase to the walkway where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper. I've said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I wanted to make that clear. She turns back. However, if you two wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You'll be able to see Yadigan, to see the low end, with your own eyes. Not as others frame us. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office, while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story, that make up the world. New drive discovered. Work for Rabia. Rabia wants you to be part of Yadigan. Could they help you settle on the Eye? Well, maybe, but also, I need money. I could still theoretically get a ship mine. Like, I could still buy ship mine parts and then come back. Like, it's not impossible. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. This has a chance. Yeah, this could make me 16 cryo. And it's safe without failure. So I could make a lot more money. And it's an interface, which gives me the chance to earn 5 cryo. Yeah, oh, so much more money. So much more money. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do one. Let's see. Let's see what it is. Plus random items. I didn't get anything. Boo. Okay. Okay. I just need to stock up money now to access this new area. Yeah, because he needs the Griol caps. Enter the Greenway is this way, I think. Yeah, I don't think it's up here. Yeah, it's not. Okay. Bliss needs just money. All right. Oh, I didn't get any. I didn't save any cubes to get energy. Boo. Okay. Best course of action right now. I rolled a whole lot of 6s. Is to go eat at Emphasis Stall. So I get 3 energy back. And then go do a job. That worked out great. And then we're just gonna use these 6s to make some cash. I don't think there's any, You know what? Hang on. What was the... This fucking guy. Ugh. Yeah. This'll make me some money. And it'll advance this clock a good bit. So we'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah. Love it. 100. Caster wants 5 data of any kind. I think we've sold off too much data to... Oh! Tambor Tea House! I feel stupid doing this, but the penguin says take me to Tambor, and this is the only... Oh! I didn't realize the name! As you go to leave the Tambor Tea House, a hand falls on your shoulder. Sleeper, Fang hisses from behind you. How'd you find me? Hardin has your hardware. Don't worry about that. He has no idea what to do with it. Fang guides you down a set of stairs to one of Tambor's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars, and conversation bounces busily off the metal walls. Fang sees you looking around. This place used to be an oil tanker's main drum, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer, though. You can get anything the eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available. He picks a booth, itself fashioned after some old salvage tank or container, lined with spongy insulation foam that collapses in. He looks around fervently. Don't suppose you've seen any Haven Age types. They don't usually come out this far. Fang, what's going on? Well, I'm suspended. That's the first thing. And the second thing is I'm pretty sure Hardin wants to drop me off the rim of the eye. Ugh, excuse me. He grins. Doesn't bother me, though. It shows we hit a nerve back there. He picks a scrappy, hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over. What are you drinking? Let's look at the menu, yeah. Ben is right. The menu's ridiculous. There's at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out. But the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed without a price as a seasonal specialty. So you ran into Hardin. Was he pissed? Fang doesn't wait for an answer. That snake is so self-righteous, he might actually believe that Erlin would approve of his mediocratic bullshit. He taps on the table. If Havenage was like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down in any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens. He sighs, but I guess his kind run the place now. A young woman with a vine tattoo snaking up her arms turns up at the booth, a slate in hand. Your order? You skim the menu, your eyes glazing over. Time to pick something. Agree, all neat. Fang taps the table to order the same. And you? She begins looking at Fang. When she sees him, she suddenly stops. What the? Fang shrinks a little. You're supposed to be working. This is your shift. He grins sheepishly. I'm staying out of it. Listen. Look, Jenna. Let's just say this was my break. My friend here's been through a lot. Jenna looks between the two of you. Nod. Fang also starts nodding. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Fang. And only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off. That's a fair response. It's a good call, Jenna. Just like, no. Good call. What? Fang stretches out to the booth. You know how it is. We all have to eat. Plus, he leans in. This is the best place around to find a person you might be looking for. Who? Remember that web of connections that Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those were his collaborators. And if we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the eye, those are the people we have to find. Fang is almost whispering now. There's a couple of them I suspect are in the low end. Well, almost everyone in the low end comes from this place one time or another. He brings a modified slate out onto the table. I've set this up so that when anyone with a network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they're marked, we can break through their access protocols and get to the good stuff inside. We just find them first. Hence me moonlighting as a waiter. Suddenly a smile grows across his face. Wait, I have an idea. Oh no. Look, I can't cover enough of the low end on my own, and so far I've had no matches. With two of us, we can cover more ground. How? Well, Fang has a hangdog look. We need to get you out and about in the low end, in close proximity to as many people and residents as is possible. And it turns out my friend Mingi needs some help with deliveries. As in Mingi Express? Oh, so you already know him. Perfect. Fang places a tiny receiver on the table. This connects to my slate and runs the same marking protocol if you get near any of our targets. So all you have to do is take some delivery ships for old Mingi, and soon enough we'll have the place covered. Fang. Don't give me that. You think I like working here? I thought you could use the tips. He grins. We're in this together, right? Are we? Yes. You think Hardin's happy to have you wandering around the place? He might have let you wander off for now, but I'm sure he has his eye on you. This is on you too. Fang slips his slate back under his clothes. Just head up to Mingi Express, take a delivery shift, and we'll see what shakes up. You manage to find anyone and extract any data, bring it right down here to me. You have me on double shifts, so I shouldn't be hard to find. Jenna walks past carrying a tray of drinks and sharply catches Fang's eye. I don't think she's bringing your drink. He stands. I think it's time we called this meeting to a close. You grab the receiver from the table and slip it into a pocket. Hey, Fang, I had hunted by a bounty hunter because you fucked up. Like, can we, in the middle of this, can we resolve one of my things? We're on thing 3 for you. Can we do one of my thing? See you soon, Slooper. Stay safe. Before turning and walking up towards the bar, whistling as he does. Dog, can you just give me a thumb drive? Right here, disable your tracker. Right here, my guy. All right, so Rabia's office has 2 things. Though I could not stand this man by the end of it, because you could have solved a significant problem of mine. Yeah, you could have prevented a very big problem. Oh, you can get scrap from this. Ooh. Okay. Okay, you can get, What could you have done with the bounty hunter problem if you could have solved it, but he didn't, shot me day one? What then, buzz boy? It's that, you know, that's valid. It's a valid point. Look at this. I hate this. More games. Let me just say, more games need to, I think it's either in Blades in the Dark or Beam Saber. More games need to show you the barrel of the gun. More games need to say, look at this. Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. I got 2 cycles, dog. I got 2 cycles until this man comes for me. And the game is not shy about letting me know it. The game is not shy about being like, hey buddy, listen. Oh. As you step out on the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. Ash. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring down as if daring you to respond. She looks like she could beat the shit out of me. Sorry. She's just a strap on her shoulder, holding up a hand in recognition before setting off down the corridor. Peek! I'm sorry for her. The second spacer smiles at you unapologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. Not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Peek! Ash stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. Peek raises their eyebrows at you. Ash, please, do you want everyone in the station to hate us? Ash hardens. They want to hate us, they can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that damn cordon. Cordon? Peek gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. The station isn't Hawthorne. Not everybody has to follow some corporate protocol. Ash sighs. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I'm saying we need to get those supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Can I help? Peek smiles slyly. See, Ash, help. Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Love to get into a lover's spat. Peek. Ash rolls her eyes. Peek ignores her. We're with the refugees. The ones Havenage have cordoned off when, the ones Havenage have cordoned off from entering the station. There we go, thank you. I know words. I know words. Who are you? Jill, is this someone you didn't see when you played the game? Is that a thing? Is that a thing that can happen? Hey, Ash, I'm free on Thursday. You want to hang on there? And listen, I'm no longer free on Wednesday. I'm now free on Thursday. Ash interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones that I haven't played any of the DLC. Oh, is it a DLC? Did they integrate? Did they? I thought it was all. Can't date 2 people on 2 different days. You can absolutely date 2 people on 2 different days. It's trying to date 2 people on the same day is the problem. That's what I meant. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, it's doing it on the same day. Oh yeah. Oh. They'll pick right up where Flux left off. Well, how do I, Flux, okay, hang on. Oh, yep, because hey, guess what, that's Esh. Oh yeah, I don't want to go to the Greenway. Oh no. Okay, hang on. It is recommended for late game / end game play. It is recommended to use a save game file with as much of the base game completed as possible. I'm gonna finish talking to these people and I'm gonna leave. Ash interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She looks away quickly, annoyed at her own outburst. Peak sighs. She's right. People are trapped out here, and they turn to Esh. We understand this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turn up each cycle. Greenway's good. Progression's designed for you to get there last. They hold up a hand to stop Esh interrupting, but Esh turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Peak finishes. That's difficult. Peak forces a smile. Peak, please. Esh gathers herself in the supplies. Esh, we need help, just like the refugees needed us. We need others too. They smile at her. Peak turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the broken spoke past the Greenway in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we're keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. Esh turns to leave and Peak follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Esh shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. Well, you know, I respect it. With that, they disappear around the corner, Esh already picking up speed as Peak calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. New drive discovered. Greenway. Haifa commune. The wastes. Oh my god. Oh, dog. So going green to explore the Greenway. Climbing Briar is also new to me. So I can use Intuit to map the pathways or walk the Greenway, which is Endure, which is just walking around. That's all right. I wonder if I should go back and locate Harden's low-end agents. You know what? I like this. I like this idea. I like the idea of going noodle manufacture or express delivery. Oh yeah, I forgot we can oh, it's risky now. It's risky now. Oh, we lost some energy. Oh, right. I wanted to keep progress on here. Advance what's going on at the bar. You can talk to Tala. The grill slides from the bottle into the lumpy recycled glass, a pale grassy yellow under the overlook's warm lights. Spacer nods and takes the drink, bringing it up to their face in both hands like an offering bowl. This is the good stuff. The stuff Tala says is aged in wooden casks, stored in some closed-off part of the old station, among corroded wires and softly looping systems. Though sometimes it's hard to tell if Tala's joking. Either way, you like pouring this stuff. It gets on your fingers, and if you rub them together, you can smell the mossy drink, cut through with aniseed, mushrooms, wood, as the alcohol evaporates. You like those who order it, too. The aged grills kept beneath the bar, open to order only by those who know it's there, like the quiet spacers sitting at the bar right now. They're far enough away you can freely watch them as you close the bottle and tuck it beneath the bar. You call them a spacer because they wear the hallmarks, pale, vac-suited, bird-boned, and hunched beneath the weight of the station's spin gravity. But the closer you look, the less you see a type. Pale eyes almost gray, but kind. Delicate fingers that lightly drum the bar as if it were an instrument. a shock of black hair almost covering a forehead scar. Scars are something you've learned to value. They're what marks out your body from the hundreds, maybe thousands, of similar models that rolled out of S&R biolabs. You find yourself rubbing one on your forearm, a rough little split, something that on the good days you might think of as a mark of defiance. Suddenly you hear a heavy clunking at the door. It creaks open and a huge cylindrical metal tank rumbles through, slamming onto the floor. Shit! Tala breezes in from behind it, a whirl of bright hair and bright eyes. Shit, shit, shit! Tala? Sleeper! She ducks behind the bar and comes over. Can you help me with this? You look at the huge metal tank suspiciously. I'm coming. Come around the bar, get on one side. Okay, on my count. 1, 2, 3. You both heave the tank up to standing. Somehow. You hold it in place, struggling to keep it steady. Where's it going? In the back, comes a voice from behind the tank. Somehow you manage to lug the huge thing into the back room, where you place it in one corner, dwarfing the rest of the contents in a cramped space. As you do, you hear a crunch. You stand back and look at the expired rations oozing out from under the tank. Oh, shit. Tala looks at you apologetically. I know you liked those. It's okay. You push the crushed rations to one side. That's the end of that. Tala looks exhausted and rubs her shoulder. Francis, I swear to... Francis? Francis! I mentioned him already. My guy on the door, dealing with suppliers. Tall. He was supposed to be back from Etienne's up in the Greenway by now. Back with our Griol. She leans against the tank. Seems like he's got lost again. Or joined the Haifa commune. We need that Griol. There's 4 other bars near here, and the spaces sure as hell don't come to the Overlook for the ambiance. She looks at the open door to check if anyone can hear her. She knocks on the hollow tank. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. Welcome, Sleeper, to the Overlook Distillery. Oh, hell yeah! You look around the dank back room. Trans rights! Hell yeah, trans rights every day. Nucha Bears, good morning. Good morning? Is it morning for you? Happy Friday. It's probably Friday, at least. I hope you're having a good Friday so far. I hope things are good. Taking a second to hit Stream Raiders here. Ah, Texas. I got family in Texas. Well, last I heard they were in Texas, but I got some friends out that way too. Yeah, hope you're having a good Friday morning. Hope things are going well for you. I'll be in Texas next week. Hell yeah! Good morning, Sapphire. What's going on in Texas next week? Excuse me. There we go. I had to restart Stream Raiders. It decided to be a pain. Okay. Needs some work. She picks at the paint flecking from the metal walls. Well, robotics event. Oh yeah, your robotics team. Yeah. That's next week. That's cool. Good luck to them. I might need some help though, she shrugs. You up for it? Knocks on the tank again. Could be fun. Is this part of my work? Tala looks down. I'm not forcing you, Sleeper. You decide. She puts a hand on her hip. Head back to the bar and think about it, okay? I'll be back here a while. Oh, wait, Sleeper, I have an idea. Tala's grinning now. Is making you nervous. To make up for the rations, how about we put a kitchen in here, too? Texas is about to be overrun by robots. Will it fit? We'll make it work. She turns back to the tank. This is gonna be great, she says to herself. You look at the dented tank in the bare room. At least she has vision. Tala nudges you out of the back room and closes the door. As you go back to the bar, you hear the banging and thumping begin. The spacer finishes their drink and nods in your direction as you leave. Can't quite tell if it's a gesture of sympathy or good luck. So much for a quiet shift. There's 600 teams from all around the world? Holy cow! New drive discovered. Improve the Overlook. Help set up a distillery. Build the still or work a bar shift. That's fun. Love that. I don't know what any of those acronyms are. I barely made it through Mega. Wow. Listen, that should be something. That should be something. Getting all sixes? Getting all sixes? Also, I forgot I was starving. I'm terrible. Okay. Let's keep making some money. Get 2 6s here. First robotics competition, then first tech challenge, and junior first Lego League, and first Lego League. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I too often forget I'm starting. Well, I forget that it's 2 energy a day. You know? Apparently, a GameStop employee leaked the Tears of the Kingdom Switch early and got fired at Nintendo's request. Yeah, I saw that. Kotaku article this morning. Yeah, like it's not like good. I'm glad that guy got fired, but also like, what did you think was gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like, you know? Explains a lot of the screenshots I've been scrolling past. Yeah, and again, not like, oh, I'm glad he got fired. That sucks. But also, like, yeah. That would happen. This sucks, but also I see how we got to A to B. First tech challenge is middle school kids. First robotics is high school. First Lego kid. Oh, that's fun. I like that. I like all ages. I think it's interesting that Nintendo directly requested the firing. I mean, honestly, that's from what the guy said, you know what I mean? And who knows? You know what I can't wait for, honestly, because this would be really funny. I can't wait for Nintendo to come out and be like, yeah, we didn't talk to GameStop at all, so I don't know what this guy's talking about. Do you know what I mean? I absolutely would not put it past some shitty GameStop middle manager to be like, oh yeah, Nintendo asked us to fire you. You know what I mean? Like, could that happen? Sure. Is it just as likely that he's lying? Also sure. You know? Nintendo invited him to find out. That's probably the most interesting thing here. Yeah, like, either way, like, but this is, you know, Nintendo's demanding Discord hand over info on the art book leaker. Well, so the art book leaker is a different thing to me, because the art book leaker, someone leaking a product in development, means that you have a leaker at some point in the production chain. It was like when the guide for Pokemon Sword and Shield leaked, where it's like, we have a security concern. You know what I mean? Like, we have a corporate security concern that we need to look into. The guy at GameStop that's like when people see what he did essentially was, oh, I see that there's an Amazon page up and I'm going to post about it, essentially. Now, he did use his access as a GameStop employee to do that, but also, like, I'm not going to defend GameStop firing him. That kind of sucks. Also, he did violate, apparently, the rules, like social media. So, like, it sucks. It sucks all over. I'm not going to defend his actions or GameStop's actions. But, like, Nintendo looking for the art book leaker is like, we have to find the person that is leaking stuff from too far above the in the chain. Speaking of Discord, Hoyoverse cracked down and sued Discord hard. Try to get it 1 to 3 different leakers. Hoyo won. Pretty sure they did. That is. It's really funny how many people are leaking things on Discord, and like, it's apparently a huge deal for Discord to like turn over their information. Like not that I want Discord telling everybody all of my Discord business, but also like, I think Matt's saying, yeah, I can see Nintendo making those requests, wouldn't put it past them, but also I can see that being 100% not true. Yeah, I can 100% see somebody at Nintendo having followed, because here's the thing. How did those GameStop managers know that it was him, right? How, you know what I mean? Did they didn't pull it out of thin air. So they got the information somewhere. So I can 100% see Nintendo calling GameStop and being like, yo, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy's life. Sure, 100%. I can also see GameStop being like, yeah, Nintendo made us fire you. Like, I wouldn't put shit past Nintendo, especially considering the past 5 years. Right. Discord can't become 4chan. No, I don't. There is an amount of anonymity and privacy that I want on the internet. And then there is an amount of anonymity and privacy that can't exist on the internet. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's an interesting conversation, and it's being had by way fucking smarter people than me. But like this guy that leaked state secrets on Discord, where he just posted like top secret clearance things. It's like, hey dog, don't do that. You should know not to do that. Yeah. How did this guy now we're gonna have a fucking meeting. We're gonna have a meeting. They're gonna take a break from the ban TikTok meetings to ban Discord, because like, oh, it's a threat to national security. Like, what about the guy that's been leaking classified documents on Minecraft for over a year? Yeah, it's the same guy. As far as I know, that's the same guy. But it's just ridiculous. It's just very silly. The internet is a weird and wild place. All right. Let's I don't know what's gonna happen to the shipyard. I think we're gonna see that guy again. Let's go back to AOL chat rooms. Oh man, I had a lot of fun back in the AOL days. Helix, enjoy your lurk. I personally wouldn't have posted work classified materials on my Reddit account. That's just me. I would have at least made a second Reddit account. I would have at least made a second account. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gathers outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you're either called for a shift or you aren't. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. Especially considering I know what kind of company GameStop is. They'd fire me for asking for a human right. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and chatter rumbles through the lines. I'm going back to mumble? Jesus. We're going back to mumble. A person referred to linked documents on Roblox. Yeah, everybody, Roblox is committing all kinds of human rights violations anyway, so they're fine with that. They don't mind. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work teams, shift are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. You can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, sleeper, wait up! Lem's voice trembles as he shouts out above the rumble of the crowd. You turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arms. Lem! Good to see you, friend. He's breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team. Good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her, and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side. Shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. As he does, you see he's clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. Is Mina okay? Oh, she's good. We just had to rush up here. Puts his hand on her shoulder and he clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. He stretches. I don't know what a noise sounds from the entrance. A klaxon, followed by a list of numbers growing blightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry checkpoint. Lem stops and turns back to the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's my number. Shit. Mina. He starts patting the pockets on his gear and glancing around. Go, I'll watch her. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you. He crouches to Mina. You're gonna stay with our friend, okay? They're gonna keep you safe, and he stands back up. Here, take her bag. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food, shit, I gotta go. Listen, dog, she's got an iPad in there, I'm sure. We're gonna watch weird TikToks, and I'm gonna teach her TikTok dances, and I don't know, we'll watch like kid YouTube, it's fine. He backs away into the crowd. I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lem disappears into the roiling crowd, who are now trying to get to the shipyard before it locks down. That art is so cute. Oh, that art is so cute. Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Come on, let's get out of here. She holds the stare unmoving. The two parallel tear tracks still glint on her cheeks. Just stare at her. Mina glances at her feet and then shuffles them a little. You okay? She sniffs and looks down. What's in the bag? You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside it is a ragged doll. Oh, yeah. Pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs wrangling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. What's their name? Mina turns away and looks at the entrance to the shipyard. This isn't going well. All right, well, give her the rabbit then. You hold the rabbit out and Mina snatches it from your hand. She holds it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring down at you, ferocious despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. That's one of my favorite things that little kids do. Is you'll be like, what's the name of your stuffed doll? And they'll be like, it's Bun Bun. And we're like, hi, Bun Bun. And they'll be like, he doesn't speak, you idiot. And you're like, yeah, fuck me, I guess. We're just like, no, you're right, kid. I'm a piece of shit. You got it. It's me. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes your arm a couple times. Are you really a robot? Well, kid, Mina, what do you know about sentience? Let's start there. Mina, what is a... Are you really a robot? Well, Mina, first we have to define personhood. I mean, yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, kid, yeah. So cool. Mina has more questions, lots of questions. Question about how you breathe or if you rust. But before long, you're talking about rabbits and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her, smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the ice heating pipes. Oh, sure. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. And that's how Lems find you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He's dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. You two get on okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto her shoulders. Yeah, more than okay. Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, her suspicion gone. Whoa. Looks like Meanie can be nice. He pokes her in the rib and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend, I mean it. He gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe ya. Look, He glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. He grins sheepishly. If you have time. But now I have to take this one to eat. He plays at biting Mina, and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper. He waves, and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals. You drive. Probably, like, help take care of Mina. Help Lem work, yep. Lem wants to leave on the side of the horizon. He'll need someone to watch Mina while he works his way onto the construction crew. You've been promoted to the assembly team. Oh, that clock is so big. Jeeba Crimba. That's the biggest clock I've ever seen. That's like a Flavor Flav clock. This fucking guy. Babysit Mina. Oh yeah, sure, it's safe. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen from babysitting a child? Like, yeah, I'd like that it's like, yeah, listen, you either make good progress or little progress. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I can finish up this. Boop. A boop. Ooh, and I got a little energy out of the deal. Hey. Sleeper. You see Fang coming up the corridor as you step out of Mingi's. The kelp noodle smell still stinging to your clothes. He comes up fast and stops close, looking around suspiciously. I don't have long. Take these. Fang palms you a couple of those metal thumbnail-sized drives. Ripper worms. My slate's been buzzing like crazy. It seems your delivery ships have turned up our 2 targets. He squeezes your shoulder. I knew you could do it. Now we nail those snakes. I'm ready. Good to hear. Harden's boys are all connected by some kind of closed network. You break the access protocols on both of them, you should be able to gain the location of the nearest network ports. Slot the ripper worms in those ports, 1 each, and they'll feed me anything and everything stored on Hayden's shadow network. Harden's shadow network. He smiles. Can't wait to see what juicy plans they have in there. You hear the scuff of boots as a group comes up the corridor, likely on their way to place an order with Mingyi. You turn for a second. When you look back, Fang's already halfway down the corridor in the opposite direction. He raises a hand in farewell and is gone. You run your fingers over the tiny ripperworm drives in your pocket and smile to yourself as you wonder how mad Jen will be at Fang for this little excursion. Time to slot some worms. Love sentences. Things that we say. Oh, Harden agent. There it is. Okay, so I need to hack them and then do the worm. Oh, Greenway Cipher. Hang on. I forgot to look at the Greenway in the cloud when I was over here. Oh, it's a whole bunch of nothing. The entire Greenway is locked down, shrouded in a dark cloud of shifting currents. Well, let's open it up. Neutral outcome. Something. The Greenway roils beneath you like a silt-choked river. If what the navigator said was true, then no one has accessed these networks since the collapse. The hunter-killer protocols have never set foot here, never cleaned out the intelligences and systems. So why then, you wonder, does it look so dark? Is it just that bit rot has set in? Entropy of systems reducing everything to shadows and light? You watch as the slotted cipher fizzles in the open, distorted gateway on this entire rim of the station. It flickers and winks out, and then you are falling into the flow. A river of swirling darkness. You are spun by it, twisted by it, lost in it. It's not that the Greenway was hiding in the darkness. It's made of darkness. It's filled by this substance, this process, this swarm. Now you are among it, you notice that a swarm is exactly what it is. 1 billion individuals moving in a flow. There's no network map here, no nodes and threads, only a storm of interchangeable points, shifting configuration endlessly. Then you see them, a figure, turned away, the only bright spot in the dark river. You push closer through the storm. Gardener. They are facing away, at least you think so. They're so fractured, so overgrown, it's hard to tell. Even from this distance, you can see their flesh is moving, flowing. You watch, silent, as they stoop and reach down. In their hand is a dark shape, and with twisted fingers, they press it down into the loam of data beneath them, pushing it through this trembling soil. Then they move away, go a little further, and repeat the process, as if they were sowing a field. You push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster, quickly fade into the storm. You reach the point where they planted the object and look down. There it is, a glassy, shifting polygon, with something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It's cold, but it thrums with energy. You look towards the path of the figure, but they're long gone. When you blink out of the cloud, back to the leaves and the dappled light of the greenway, you hold a seed in your hand. Gardener's seed. A seed. You need to find somewhere safe to plant this gift. Well, should probably start exploring these areas if that's what I'm interested in, but... Oh, I got enough going on back here. I think it's really fun to jump back and forth between, like, the tech stuff and... Whoop! Oh! So what I was going to say, before this asshole shows up, it's really interesting to jump between the tech stuff of, like, me as a digital being, saving, you know, digital intelligences here in this space, and, like, dealing with the fallout and outcome of all of this, to go between that and stories like Lem's and Tala's that are just like people trying to get by, you know? I think it's really funny to be like, oh yeah, it's me and an AI and we're fighting the remnants of the old network. And even Feng's story to some degree, which is like political intrigue. And then Lem's story is like, hey dog, I'm just a dad who's like trying to get a handle on my shit, you know? And it's so good, honestly. It's good. That the game doesn't veer too far into the fantastic, that it stays grounded to that extent, that, you know, at the end of the day, like, okay, cool, like, the game is definitely interested in exploring personhood and sentience and intelligence, and what does that mean in a cyberpunk society, a post-economic collapse society, a society that isn't ruled by one central governmental entity. Like, I'm really curious about like Yadigan's story, like what's going on with Rabiha, because they're like, there's very human stories here, and then there's this motherfucker. But just, I appreciate that, like, we got to have a weird, wild adventure going through the internet. You know, just like, we're fighting AIs, and oh god, what's happening? And then I came back and I worked at a bar for a little bit, you know, and it was just like, I'm just gonna go work at a bar for a couple days. Really think you'll like the Yadigan story? Like, I was absolutely expecting Rabiha to, like, be a shit, and then it's like, oh, wait a minute, I kind of like Rabiha. I'd argue that as much as I fucking hate Ethan, he's also an example of that. Oh yeah, Ethan sucks, and we'll see how it goes, but yeah. Yeah, he's not a caricature, you know? Like, he is still, at least insofar, a person, so we'll see how it goes. You miss me? Ethan smiles a ragged smile. No. You look at him. He's paler than usual, hunched. He's sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to greet an old friend. Friend? Is that what you thought was happening? Well, he pauses. Colleague? He smiles weakly. Dog, this is what people say when they don't have any other friends. Cannot stress enough, fuck Ethan. He's a contractor with any of the privileges of a corporate worker. And he's trying to make a buck, and how far does another person hurts go when weighed against putting food in your belly? Oh, yeah. Oh, listen. I absolutely understand. So the two scenes we had with Ethan, right, where he's like, all right, listen, I'm a bounty hunter. I have a job. Whatever. You know what I mean? And his attitude was definitely, I don't give a fuck about my targets because it's what keeps me fed. And I get that. And then I actually really did like his attitude of like, hey, listen, you're not going anywhere. So I'm going to chill and then we can figure this out later. And then the second scene where he's like, all right, we're going to cash in this bounty and let's go get it done. And then they cancel it. And so he's out like he didn't come out here for free. You know what I mean? Like he didn't just come out here like willy-nilly. So gotta weigh that against, wow, you extorted me for like 60 credits so you could drink and I got to live 7 more cycles. It's that thing of actually making flawed characters that are interesting, right? So I actually wanted to talk about this. So we will talk about this. Everybody knows I like Pathfinder, right? So I like Pathfinder, the role-playing system. And oh wait, what's up? I have a meeting coming up in 3 minutes. Okay, I will wait till you get back because I think you specifically, Jalen, will be interested in this conversation. I think you, Jalen, will be interested in this conversation. So I actually will wait for it. Yeah. All right, let's hit Stream Raiders here. Oh, is this sale still going? Hang on. I was looking at Pathfinder stuff to get info. Oh, from now till April 4th. Okay, no, it's over. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. This is good. I like this. All right. Okay. Let me hit Stream Raiders here, and then we'll have this scene with Ethan. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This is big. Really big stuff. About you. He seems more jittery than usual. On edge. I love his big jacket. Big jackets are always a cool look. Remember how SNARP canceled the contract? The contract I was gonna collect? Seriously, Ethan? Like, do you think I don't remember? Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything, but let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. So what did you think? That was it? I was just glad to be done with you. Oh, the feeling was mutual, except... Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old SNR gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly. He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. Who? Ethan grins. That's the question, isn't it? Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues about what went down. And it turns out, SNR canceled all their bounty contracts. The whole lot. It seems they brought someone in-house. A guy who did so well on their last contract they got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently he made a hit on the ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. Oh. It was smuggling sleepers out from under SNR's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. They called him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget. Before I go, I'll say the person /letter referring to is what I have no knowledge of because I got that damn tracker out of me. How did you do? Jalen, how did you do it? You mean Winter Light? That's it. He looks at you hard. So you do know about this. He pats you on the shoulder. And you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Given this new information I brought to light, it seems like you're in need of protection. Oh, here we fucking go. I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. Turns out I upset some people at the compressor last time we were there. The owners. They say they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Alright, so work off the debt. Seems they're that kind of businessmen. He grimaces. I would pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more for his clownish acting. Then work it off! You should be glad, the anger rising him now, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone is out looking for you? You're a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours. Alright, sure, don't, you know. You think I want to go up against this guy? But us, he jabs a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed, and I'll do the same for you. We help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. Fine. Listen, I'm fine. He smiles. He looks like shit warmed up. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about that cold-eyed S&ARP shit on his way here from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. This fucking guy all the goddamn time. Gain Ethan's protection. Work in the compressor. So wait, so I gotta go... Where is it? Where is it? Here? Here. Oh, my Lanta! Buddy! That's how 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 12-step clock, my guy! I don't got time for all that. Like... Buddy. I got through the same theme of ME3 with only a little crying. Proud of you. Oh, 6 or a 4. Oh, hate that. Go back to Fang. As you walk into the tambour, you quickly spot Fang, arguing with Jenna. No, nope, I'm not, listen, nope, they can deal with that. It doesn't look good. Fang seems to be explaining something, but Jenna's having none of it. She points to the door, and Fang walks away, catching your eye as he turns. Could have done with you getting here a minute or so ago, glances back at Jenna. Either way, it looks like I'm fired. Good news is it doesn't look like I need the job anyway. He takes out his slate, pulsing with pale light. Now let's go take a look at what you're really here for. Vanguard class is legitimately ridiculous. I'm charging the giant robots and punching them. Yeah, I think Vanguard is broken, but in a way that is enjoyable. The slate's a whirling mess of code streams coming directly from the Ripper worms as they dig through the agent's data and spin it into threads for the slate to pick up. Anything good? Fang scrolls the display with a finger. A lot of junk, a lot of dull as hell message threads, a lot of tedious data caches, but Fang's eyes flash. Definitely some good stuff. He stops the screen scrolling on an entry and expands it. Check this out. Fang shows you the screen. You see a bold corporate logo, not Solheim's, and a word below. Conway, Fang says. He's working with Conway. Conway Extractions, right? Fang nods. He's been speaking with them, personally. Got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. He rubs his head. Damn, this is juicy, but we can't nail him with it. He scrolls some more. Wait, what's this? A wasteland reclamation facility? Right here on the eye. He glanced at you. What's the bet this place is tucked in the wastes? The wastes? It's a section of the eye Erlin couldn't reclaim. It was too damaged, too cut off. Back before the collapse, people would have got there by going down the connected spoke from the hub. But that spoke's broken now, so the only way is the long way. Round the rim past the green way. He shows you on his slate. Fang looks away thinking. Conway been making moves on this system since the collapse. I heard they took over one of Solheim's old belt colonies a while ago, moved everyone out, and reclaimed the whole rock. Why work with Hardin? Access? Old connections? Not sure. Fang looks back at the screen. But if Hardin's involved in it, we need to check it out. Simple as that. So what's next? Fang stares out in the middle distance. We have to get to that facility. The answer to whatever Hardin's been planning has to be there. And we're going to catch him in the act. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles. I'll see you on the Greenway. I seem to remember there's some old service docks on the outer shell up by the Haifa building. Should be a good place to meet. Fang squeezes your shoulder. Thanks again, Sleeper, for sticking with this. I haven't forgotten about that tracker of yours either, but I'll need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together. He turns the slate around to face you, showing a massive scrolling code. We're working on a fix in my brakes. He winks. See you soon, Sleeper. And he walks out the door of the tambour without looking back. New drive complete. New drive. Oh, mansies. Y'all just can't let me rest. You know? Ugh. I was hopeful. Oh, can I? No, I can't get food here anymore. Oh, no. Maywick. You need to leave the station, get protection, or disable your tracker before they arrive. That sucks. And I only get 3 dice. Okay. So, I think the first thing I want to do is start exploring the Greenway. Oh, hey, there's a new clock here. Waiting for Fang. Oh! They have grow beds. The only way to become part of the commune is to work your way in. So I can work the canteen. Newcomers to the commune can work within the canteen, preparing and serving food for those that make the compound their home, or work the grow beds. And it's safe work, which means easy way to dump off those. Oh, new drive. Join the Haifa commune. Sure. All right, let's explore the Greenway. Make some progress. All we can do. I need money, right? So what I need to do here is Steph, good morning. How are ya? Okay. Okay. Does working at the side reel make me money? It does. Neat. Oh, and I got some free scrap. Hell yeah. Okay. The next thing I gotta do is I gotta buy more stabilizer, because I only have a little bit left of being in 3 dice, and I really don't want to go below 3 dice. That makes a good amount of money. Yeah, 24 cryo, and it's an engage, or it's an intuit action. Okay, an engage action would be a little better. These are the things I need to keep in mind, is the bonuses I get. Like, I get this, I have the chance to get energy from doing an engage action, right? So keep that in mind. And I have a scrap. I definitely want to try to collect scrap when I can. Yep, okay. Oof. Oh, what do you got? Scrap freighter. This is only 15 cryo. This is 24 cryo and is risky, but I think that's the neutral. So you need certainties there. Okay. We'll keep making money. Money's always good. Right? We will go... Can I still... Yes. Okay. Actually, what I want to do, though, is... Safe ones are good, but safe ones, I want to spend... Did that clock reset? I think that clock reset. Okay. Trout, good morning. Trout, how the heck are you doing? Okay. We're gonna inject the stabilizer first, so my body is good for tomorrow. We're gonna use this for big. I really wanted more energy than that. Waiting for coffee to kick in. Best of luck. Best of luck there. Okay, so I do have a chance to gain energy if I spend these safe ones here, which is good. It's a good, yeah, it's a good use of energy. It's a good use of these low rolls. Perfect. That's free, baby. That's free real estate. That's free real estate. Let's put the scrap in here. Because I like the idea of, you know, working to make myself a home. I don't know if maybe, like, the home is better, so. Waiting for the coffee to kick in. Heck yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, look at all these. All right. Try this, get a little scrap. Boom. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You're perched on a thin bar in the main room. The slate in front of you is still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring in the only world Mina has known, with stick figures standing along its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Asked Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Gruel from under the bar, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. No thanks. Let me pour it at least. If you don't want it, I'll drink it later. He laughs and glugs a couple fingers into the couple metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side reel. He grins broadly. Clearly, he's been desperate to tell you all cycle. Amazing! Lem holds up his drink. Couldn't have done it without you. Keep an eye on little meanie back there. Shem sifts a little in his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? Haven't seen much of her these past cycles. She misses her father. Lem looks away. Yeah. He says to no one in particular. The silence stretches out as Lem takes a drink, his eyes fixed on the bedroom door. She's great. He nods. I can't take all the credit from Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes in the middle distance. Pulled her off a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. Sloshes the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea where they were, what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway there. Everybody spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapons locker. She was ice cold when I reached her. Purple lips and shivers. Once I picked her up, I couldn't let her go. The medics treated her with me still clinging to her. He takes a drink. Still not sure why. He reaches over, refills his cup. We weren't exactly anyone's heroes, you understand? We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. You saved her. I'm gonna sound like an idiot now, but he sighs. She saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around at the decaying unit, its stained plastic plating and flickering lights. Me, I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost. But I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes, dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? Side reels sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? It's sorry, I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now. Both of us in with a chance. Together. That's right. We hold on together. Imagine, all three of us riding the sidereal horizon out of here to a new world. He looks down at his glass for a moment. I think I drank this too fast. Lum stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. See you around. Alright then. Catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it, from both of us. Pat your shoulder and you slip out of the dark of the walkway with thoughts of little Mina in your mind. Drive complete. Achievement unlocked. Good robot. Thanks. Thanks, game. Okay. So now... Oh, yeah, right. I made progress on that. Barter for food. The farming collection who control the stacks don't like to sell their food piecemeal, but for the right price, they'll let it go. Work the stacks. I can make money, and it's safe. That's good. That's solid. Yeah, none of these are great. I'm not excited about this, but I'm gonna spend these dice to I'm spending these dice to try to. Oh, come on, bud. You're killing me. One of these was safe. Yeah, this was a safe endure. This is a safe engage. And I have a +1 there. And okay, I was saying hopefully I can get I get some energy from doing an engage action, but I didn't. That's fine. How much is eating at emphasis? 15 cryo, and we know that's 3 energy. Let's see what the buying food at the farm stacks is like for 1 more cryo. It's 2 energy, so it's actually worse. So it's a thing to keep in mind, you know? It's a thing to keep in mind. Ooh, I got another scrap. Let's... we'll put that there. All right. So this cycle, Fang's clock should be ready. So I definitely need to go see him before I do anything. I got great dice rolls. Actually, really happy with that. That's fantastic. But I'm gonna take my morning break here before we dive into Fang. It's time for the old morning break. Go watch Josie take care of all of that. I will see you all in just a little bit. That merchant freighter is back. Oh, okay, hang on. Ooh. If I have to do that every time though, but. Okay, we gotta at least pick up one. Okay, but that'll help us get another ship mine for Ankita, which is good. I was hoping for that. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna take my morning break. We'll go see what's up with Fang and all of that. I'll see you back here in just a little bit.